The Mummy is an adventure lover's dream. Released on May 4th, 1999 and directed by Stephen Sommers, The Mummy is a remake of the 1932 classic that is directed by the late Carl Freund and starred Boris Karloff, Edward Van Sloan, David Manners, and Zeta Johann. Starring Brendan Fraser as the badass Rick O'Connell and Rachel Weisz as the smart damsel in distress Evelyn Carnahan, John Hannah as Evelyn's pain-in-the-ass brother, and Otto Vosloo, the cursed high priest trying to resurrect his lover back from the dead. This, The Goonies, and Raiders of the Lost Ark are my favorite adventure movies that are not animated films, carrying both action, romance, horror, and adventure. However, there is one thing that bothers me, and I want an answer to, and that is, was Hamunaptra sabotaged by the Magi? Were they responsible for the neglect and the abandonment of the City of the Dead? Let's find out. Hamunaptra is a burial site for the sons and their pharaohs. Also, the treasures of the dead were kept inside a giant chamber. The city is well known for its bloodshed to keep its location a secret. Slaves would bury the dead and be killed on the spot by the Magi and warrior priests. After Pharaoh Seti I's death and the execution of Imhotep and his priests, 3,000 years have passed and we get introduced to Rick and his friend/backstabber Benny fighting in the city against the Tuaregs known as the Battle of Hamunaptra. 6 years later, Jonathan steals the key to the books and Imhotep's sarcophagus from Rick in a bar, causing the latter to be placed in Cairo prison and to be hanged until Evelyn saves him by bribing the warden of the prison a certain percentage of Hamunaptra's treasure. After a long travel and setbacks, they manage to get to the City of the Dead and find Imhotep, the Book of the Dead, and Anck-su-namun's canopic jars. Of course, they resurrect Imhotep and the curse, leading to the events of the movie. Now let's take a look at Hamunaptra. Like I said, this place is known for its bloodshed. Not just the pharaohs and sons were buried here, but slaves too, all to keep the secret of the location. Even Imhotep and his priests. So this place has a massive body count. The city 3,000 years ago was heavily guarded. The books could not be opened unless they have a very special key to open them. Only high priests, warrior priests, and the Magi know the location of the city. After the execution of Imhotep and his priests, it was decided to abandon the city, but protect it and guard it at all costs. Why? Imhotep is why. He was cursed to be a walking plague. In English, the Magi fucked up. As we can see in the city is in a very bad state of disrepair. The statue of Anubis placed outside of the city is now half buried with its legs deep underground in the tunnels. Cobwebs circle inside the tunnels as well. I know what you're thinking. What does this have anything to do about the Magi sabotaging Hamunaptra? There are a few clues of the Magi's work to keep outsiders away from the city. Let's take a look at the statue of Anubis again. It is told that its legs are deep underground. Why is that? I think the Magi dug a hole underneath the tunnels for the statue to collapse halfway, making it more difficult to get to the Book of the Dead. Each time we see our characters go inside these tunnels, there are no other signs of any collapses. Next are the traps. Traps were made to keep any grave robbers from stealing any treasures of the pharaohs that were buried with them. But no one knows the extra traps placed 3,000 years ago. Salt acid was placed inside both compartments for the Book of the Dead and the Book of Amun-Ra. This is to keep anyone from reading either one of the books. Then there's the scarabs. Yes, these guys. The bugs that eat the flesh of human beings. How are they a trap? Well, they're not. They're just a warning. We see in the movie there's a lot of these creepy crawlies. How is that? An actual scarab reproduces by mating with its male counterpart and laying eggs near the nearest food source, mostly plant roots or decaying matter. Flesh-eating scarabs are housed in blue-gold cocoons, probably already fully grown adult beetles. They will hatch from their cocoons and begin to go after the nearest living person, going inside their skin, eating anything inside the human body. The Magi left these cocoon scarabs to the wall, not even thinking of removing them before they hatched. They did that to scare off or kill anyone who goes in the web-covered tunnels. The last clue is simple logic. While the Magi guard Hamunaptra, swearing an oath to do whatever it takes to stop Imhotep from ever being resurrected, they don't actually live there. They patrol the desert on top of the hills for a clearer view, but they don't live inside of the city of the dead. Do they find the city too morbid for them to stay in? Or is Imhotep haunting them from beyond the grave? So in conclusion, the Magi messed up cursing Imhotep 3,000 years ago, promising to do whatever they can to keep him from ever living again.
Now this creature is the bringer of death. You'll never eat, you'll never sleep, you will never stop.